Hey friends, so I've never really done a story time style video, and I get a lot of questions about the Holistic Nutrition program and coming out of the program and what it was like. And I wanted to sort of share with you what the first year was of finding work after finishing the Holistic Nutrition program and what that was like and what led to what I'm doing right now. I could go off for such a long video on this. I'll try and keep it to the most important points. Coming out of the Holistic Nutrition program, you're coming off such a high in terms of absorbing as much information as I could and just immersing myself in nutrition and health and wellness. And I wanted to apply it to the real world and make it into a legitimate career. The thing that I look back at now that I would have done differently is I would have focused just as much on the business side in terms of working on content and gaining a following so that can be converted into nutrition clients. If that's what you want to do, if you want to work with people one-on-one or, set up some sort of coaching program for holistic nutrition, I think that's what I would do. I would focus on building that sort of business model while I'm still in school. The first real job that I ever got coming out of the nutrition program was at a clinic. I reached out to them. It was a guy, and keep in mind, this is all in the greater Toronto area. I studied in Toronto, so I was working in Toronto as well. That clinic that I worked at, I applied to be a nutritionist there. The clinic owner had spoken at our school, so I thought it was really cool that the clinic that he had set up. So I had reached out and I was excited to work at that clinic. He said, "Yeah, let's do this." A very smart teacher in the program that I really looked up to worked at that clinic too. So I was like, this is great. I'm going to learn under these very knowledgeable people. And ultimately, I think I was there for maybe 4 months, and it didn't work out. First of all, when I say you need to build a sort of business model for yourself or a following so that you can convert it into clients, you need to be doing that earlier. You can't just assume that you're going to go to a clinic and they're going to feed you clients. And that's what I thought. I thought it would be so much easier to build a rapport with the people that came in and out of the clinic, and I would convert them into nutrition clients. That wasn't the case. I was also tucked away in a second floor office, away from a lot of people. So if I wanted to interact with the people that were coming in and out of the clinic, I'd have to be hovering around the front desk, which was a small area. Also, the clinic owner ended up being sort of his motivation tactics just didn't align with mine. He was a 10x guy, so it was his way of pitching to clients and gaining clientele was very aggressive. I think at one point, now that I think of it, it was a motivation tactic, but he told me one time, he was like, "You'll never make more than 50K a year." And I was coming from being so fresh out of the program and trying to make build my business and my career. It was not something that motivated me, nor was it something that I wanted to hear. So ultimately, I think our values didn't align. It didn't work out. Always, no matter what, grateful for the learning experiences, but on to the next one. This next stage, I think this is my 5th month post-graduation, I reached out to a gym that I worked at prior to joining the program. I love this gym. This gym was a great community. I got along with the owners of the gym. It was a boutique gym that people paid a lot of money to go to. So people were willing to invest in their health. So long story short, I reached out to that gym and I came back as the manager of that gym. But not only was I the manager at that gym, but I pitched the model where, hey, let me manage the gym, but let me also work as a nutritionist at the gym so I could see clients there for people that I brought in, or the members that came in, they could pay for nutrition consultations. And that was great. Not only was that great, but that job paid a salary job, and I was able to make some extra money seeing private clients. I worked with friends. It was a really great experience. And during that experience, during my time working at that gym, I actually had a friend of mine, a chiropractor, who was working at a multidisciplinary clinic, and they had this program, and the program was government funded, and pain patients would come in. They would get chiropractic, they would get naturopathic medicine, they would get massage, they would see a psychiatrist, and it would be all supervised under a medical doctor. And when you're in holistic nutrition, when you can have that sort of program in place, like, and work with a team, that's amazing. So anyways, what I didn't mention was my friend reached out to me to be part of that team that would support these patients that would come in. So not only was I working at a gym, but I also worked part-time at the clinic as well. So I made my schedule work so that I could make both work. So I was making a salary at the gym. I was seeing private clients at the gym there as well. And then I had this extra, this program at this pain clinic in Vaughan that was basically just feeding me clients. And not only was I able to work with clients, but I felt like I was able to make an impact with these clients because I was working with a team, like a triage of like health professionals. And it was like, I would say this was at the peak of holistic nutrition for me, like in terms of like when I had the most fun. So where it sort of shifted was at the gym. Things didn't work out in terms of how we felt things should run. And let me just say this, I am forever grateful for that experience too. Everything that I know about training and working out is because of that gym. I also really like the people that, it was a husband and wife that ran that gym. Honestly, no ill will towards them. They're great. They were good people when we worked together. I think it's just when you mix business and friendship, sometimes it doesn't work out. So it didn't work out at that place, and I ended up just going all in at the clinic. And the clinic, I still have friends at that clinic to this day. And if you're watching and you're part of the clinic, I miss you guys. You guys are the greatest. I learned so much from those guys, especially having the backing of a medical doctor to oversee the program. For me to be a part of that team made it feel like it was, what I was doing was even more legitimate in terms of like the things I could help people with. So I worked there for a bit. I would say, I don't know, I want to say maybe a year or two. It was awesome. It was great. And then I ultimately accepted a job as a digital marketing manager just before the pandemic, and I would be managing the content and the digital footprint of a supplement brand. And this is where it like really opened my eyes. I was like, you know what, like having graduated at the program, there are so many things that I could do with this. I don't necessarily have to work with clients one-on-one. And I made that decision in my career that I didn't want to work with clients one-on-one. And clients in general is very hard to work, especially in person. So I just didn't want that for myself. So I went all in on, and I was studying digital marketing and content management, and all that other stuff prior to accepting this job. It was something that I was sort of like, it was a goal of mine. And when that opportunity hit, I took it. And you see on that last, on my video, where the title says, I'll link it right here maybe or something. It says, I got a new job. I'll link it in the description as well. I took that job, and still in that role today, to this day. And, I don't know if I rambled too much on that video, but that was basically the lead up to what I'm doing right now. I guess the big takeaway is, and I always say this in every video, is that there are so many other ways of making money. And I've said it in my other videos, content creation and working for other brands, starting your own brand. Those types of things are very viable as a career after holistic nutrition. But that's basically my story. That's where I took my holistic nutrition program. And I know there's a lot of people that didn't follow through with it, and aren't really doing much in holistic nutrition. And you'll notice there are a lot of people in that program that are just rich and just want to do this as a passion project, and that's fine too. Like I said, you don't have to make a career out of it. The life lessons and the things that you take away from the program are things that you're going to be able to apply for the rest of your life. So if you're on the fence about it, obviously I can't tell you what decision to make, what makes financial sense, but it was a small investment for something that ended up, playing out and being a great decision for myself. So I hope that helped. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.